I am your MC for today. You are welcome. I hope you believe we cannot start or do anything without inviting the presence of God. So we will call on Reverend Dr. Gifty Otabel, Reverend Dr. Gifty Otabel, yes, to give us the opening prayer. Please welcome her as she comes.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this bright day. We thank you for making it possible for us to meet today. Before the world was created, you set this day aside for this great occasion. Father, we cannot do anything without your presence. So we invite you to come and take control over today's conference in the name of Jesus Christ. Your word says in Psalm 24, verse 1, that heaven and earth is yours. We pray that come and take absolute control over this hall. In the name of Jesus Christ, let your presence be in our midst today. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, we commit our speakers into your mighty hands. Your word says, he who lacks wisdom, he must ask you, the Lord who gives and never rebuked. Grant them wisdom and knowledge so that they will also impact in us. In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I ask you to take control over every situation. In the name of Jesus Christ, demons around, you have no share in our meeting today. You need not enter into this auditorium or this conference hall. Father, take absolute control from beginning to the end so that we'll give glory and honor to your holy name. This I ask in the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. I pray with thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you very much, Reverend Dorcas Gifty Otabel. Please give it to her as she sits, as she takes her seat. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've invited the maker of heaven and earth. And I know he is in our midst. I hope you do also know that he is in our midst. Okay, so we are going to kickstart the program. We don't have enough time on our side, so we will kickstart the program. So, you know, in a program like this, we have a lot of dignitaries in our midst, and we would like to acknowledge them. So we will call on Mrs. Akosia Reynolds to come and introduce the dignitaries for today's program.
Good morning once again. I feel very privileged to stand here to introduce the dignitaries for the SHE conference today. And as you all know, we cannot do this program without them. So I would start with the guest speakers. We have 3 guest speakers for today. And the first is Mrs. Alberta Bonzi Simpson. She is a senior lecturer and vice dean for distance school, UPSA. Then the second guest speaker will be Mr. Samson Opokwajaman, mental health practitioner, lecturer at Department of Mental Health, School of Nursing, University of Cape Coast. Then the third speaker will be Mr. Eric Asare, Kalbang, Ghana. And then we also have the manager for Ocean One TV, Ahonka FM, Mr. Samuel Nana Ifa Obin. And these people will work with the chairman for today. That's the chairperson for the program. And he is Mr. Samuel Obri Idiama, the general manager for Rich Royal Hotel. Please, let's give it up to all of them. Let's keep clapping even as they have seated down. This is your guest, and guest, this is your chair. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Mepa mucho monsembono. Ayra ofia mama honhom brem. Thank you very much. Mepa chonsembone de yenton. So you have to offer it, please. Thank you very much. So now we will go to the chairman and then take his remarks. Whether he has accepted to be the chairman of the program or he is not ready. So let's go to the chairman and know if he is ready. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Now that she's giving me a choice to choose whether I'm ready or not, can I hand over the chairmanship to you? You're all welcome to the SHE conference once again this year. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is the 4th one. You can correct me. The number 3. Wow. I'm overspeeding. If this is your first time, expect something that you have not seen before. If you have been here before, then you know what is coming up. And if I listen to the names and the what word? I want to use a big word for them. The people who are going to speak to us, then you know that this is going to be something that will be with us for a very long time. Life is like that. One day you find somebody, he tells you something, it sticks, you use it for life. So you are welcome. I've accepted to chair, but I give it back to you to continue the program. If it's not going well, I'll call you to order. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Thank you. So we are gathered here to witness the 3rd SHE conference. This is the 3rd time. The first one was in 2020, sorry. The second one was 2021, and this is the 3rd time. If you are new here, you might ask, what is SHE? What is it about? What do they do? If this is your first time joining us, I would like to go through the SHE helping hand. I would like us to look through and know what they do. So when we say the SHE helping hand, it's a non-governmental organization that seeks to support women and children by empowering them in nation building. So in brief, that is the SHE helping hand. They support women, children, and also the vulnerable. Okay, so in brief, that is the SHE helping hand. If you have a problem, you can easily get access to the SHE helping hand, and we will be available for you. Thank you very much. Okay, so at this time, we would like to have a word from the manager of Ocean One and Ahumka FM. So let's welcome Mr. Samuel Ifa Obeng.
Thank you very much. We'll want to do this very quickly so that we have enough time to do the interactive section, for you to ask all the questions, for you to ask all the things you don't understand, for you to be able to bring out the salient points you think it is important when you look at the topic, the mind, money, and sex. So we wouldn't want to do a lot of talk. But in the meantime, I just want to continue from where the MC stopped. So she started on TV, on Ocean TV, and then we realized that when we finish with the show, the feedback we get on phone is such that a lot of people ask difficult questions, very salient questions, things that are emotional, things that are very passionate, affecting their relationships, affecting their finances, and everything. So psychologically, they are not able to improve. So we decided to host the SHE conference. And like the MC said, we started somewhere in 2020 at the Ebenezer Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Presbyterian Church of Ghana, Ebenezer Congregation, Peidu, Cape Coast. And then after that first session, one of the presenters, one of our facilitators, she went viral. I know most of you saw it on social media. She made a very important point. a very important point, which indicated that NAPCO trainees are not ready for marriage. And a lot of people heard this thing and they're like, hey, why? But we realized that it was important because she was making a very fundamental point as a NAPCO. So that one too brought its feedback and everything, and we were able to address all those ones. So we got interested and we brought the second phase of the SHE conference, which was held here at Ridge Royal, the same place you're seated. And that one too was awesome. And the main facilitator was Reverend Mrs. Hodgson, CCC. That one too was awesome. This year, we're having 3 bullets, 3 giants. One is an expert when it comes to money. He's also a Reverend Minister, but he's an expert when it comes to money. He's the manager in charge of CalBank. He doesn't want us to be addressing him like that. He wants to be very cool behind the scene. I think Mrs. Reynolds has already done the introduction. And he is going to lead us through the financial aspect. We have a psychologist also in our midst who also happens to be a lecturer on UCC campus and then the School of Nursing. That's where he teaches. He's also going to take us through the mind aspect, how to psychologically position your mind when it comes to relationship and everything. And then we have Dr. Mrs. Alberta Boson-Simpson, who is also going to take us through the relationship, sexual-related aspect. So today is a full pack. We don't want to waste your time. I just want to remind you that this program is going to be live on Facebook, on Ocean One TV Facebook page and Ahomka 99.5 FM Facebook page. So please, if you get a link, share, so that those of our colleagues who were not able to get money to buy the tickets to join us here can at least also get some of what we are getting over here. I'm super grateful, and I know you're going to enjoy. Please, if you need anything, you can see us behind senior the ushers, and we are ready to support you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So that is Mr. Samuel Efa Obeng, the manager of Ocean One and Ahomka FM. Thank you very much. Please let me quickly remind you that this program is proudly sponsored by Royal Ridge Hotel. Royal Ridge Hotel, richly inviting and comfortably yours. Royal Ridge Hotel is inviting you for all your conferences, the parties, weddings, good food, a serene environment for a vacation. Please look no further. Please contact Ridge Royal Hotel and you will be sorted. We also have Stadium Restaurant at the Banpa Fie. Please, if you want a good food, like a good food that sells at a very affordable prices, please contact Stadium Restaurant and they will be at your services. You can contact them on 0244 242072. 0244-242072. Stadium Restaurant. We are also sponsored by Gem Beauty Care. Gem Beauty Care offers you a good makeup. So if you are looking forward to get a very good makeup at your wedding, for graduation, anniversaries, and other occasions, you can also contact Gem Beauty Care on 0207 792101. Gem Beauty Care. They are ready for your services. We are also sponsored by Robo's Bakery. Robo's Bakery. They deal in bread. So if you need bread for your breakfast or for a breakfast at the office, kindly contact Robo's Bakery. 0243 888082. Okay, so that is the sponsors for this program. We also have other sponsors, but as we move on, we will acknowledge them for you. We will now like to have a brief interaction from the She Retires. So the representative for Pentrust is here. Let's welcome her. Let's welcome the representative for Pen Trust.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Georgina Abba Eisen. I work at Pen Trust Limited. We manage pension funds. That's what we do. For those of you who are employed in the formal sector, I'm sure you would have heard about Tier 1, Tier 2 pension funds. So that's what we do. We are a corporate pension trustee. But for the purposes of today's event, we are going to talk a little bit about retirement. Now, most people, most Ghanaians actually, when they hear the word retirement, think of it as something that elderly people, that is purely related to elderly people or old people. No, retirement affects all of us. And so as women, as young people here, the best time to think about our retirement is now. So these are some of the questions that will help you get started. So, for example, what would you presume to be the advantages of retirement? And what do you think is scary or attractive about retirement? As you are here, a young person, a woman, you can start planning for your retirement. Now, thankfully, the government says that outside of SNIT, you can contribute 5% of your basic salary to a second-tier pension plan. And outside of the mandatory pension plans, you can also contribute a percentage of your salary to a personal pension plan. This is like a savings plan, but it is long-term. The whole idea is for you to have even more income, extra income during retirement. So the 3 retirement pillars, the things that are very important, are your relationships. Because retirement is a period where people tend to get lonely. So if during your active years, your younger years, you don't keep up with them, you could end up being lonely. So now is a very good time to think about the relationships you have with people, the people in your life, with your colleagues, with friends in general. And then your health. What you do today will affect your health in future. And trust me, you don't want to be 60 and bedridden or 60 and not being able to move around. So you must be very conscious of how you lead your life now. So maybe you cut back on the sugary foods, on the fatty foods, etc., all with retirement in mind. Because when you are on retirement, you don't have any income coming in apart from your pension. So that is not the time to fall sick. And then also money. Retirement means you are no longer working actively. What we tend to do in our culture is that for most people, their children are their retirement. But it is not a guarantee. These days, you have 33-year-olds, 34-year-olds still living with their parents. So who is taking care of whom? So as you're working now, please don't consider your children as your retirement or your pension. Try to also set something aside for your own self for retirement. Okay, so then why do people retire poor in Ghana? The first reason is a lack of planning. Like I said, most people wait till they are in their 40s, 50s before they start following up on their retirement. So if you are here as a woman, or if you are here in the audience and you are working, now is the time to go to SNIT and ask them to provide you with copies of your contribution statement. It might surprise you to know that your employer is not paying your social security contributions. The time to, when you are 60 and are about to go on retirement, is not the time to now be chasing after SNIT, asking them for your contributions. After they print your statements for you, realize that for like 10 whole years, your employer was not paying your social security contributions. What do? How are you going to chase them at that point? So the time to plan toward your retirement is now. These days, SNIT has made it easier. And companies like Pen Trust, we are always sending out statements to our clients. So please, whichever company your employer pays your Tier 2 contribution to, if you don't receive statements regularly from them, please make it a point to follow up on that. And then with SNIT, they've made their processes easier. All you need to do is to provide them with your email address, and they'll send you your contribution statement periodically. That helps you to plan. When you look at your statement and you look at what you have as your total balance, it can help you. I mean, you'll have a fair idea of how it's going to be like in future. And then also relying on one source of income. We are all in this country, we are all in this economy. The 9-to-5 job will no longer cut it. So please, if you are skilled at something, if you are good at hair braiding or wig making or photography or something else, this is the best time to consider an alternative source of income. I mean, there's no limits to the number of activities, income-generating activities you can embark on. And then also, absence of personal savings and investment, especially with everything that happened in the financial sector over the past few years. People have become extremely afraid of investing in anything financial. But it's important, especially an investment account. Savings account, the interest you accrue on your savings account isn't really much. So this is the best time to consider investing, opening an investment account, not a savings account. A savings account helps, but an investment account attracts better returns than a savings account. Okay, so like I said, you build a good relationship with your friends and families because they will keep you company during your retirement. And then also, you can join clubs and associations that share in your personal values and principles. And then you save for retirement. You set at least 10% of your income every month aside for retirement. And then also, you invest your savings for growth, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, so please, your pension money is not money you are going to use to build a house or to start a new business. It is a wrong move. Your pension money is purely meant for you during retirement. And then also, you pay attention to your health. So like I said, activities that, like brisk walking, having a small garden, things you enjoy doing just to boost your overall health. And then also be personally responsible for your retirement. Please don't rely on the government or SNIT or even your children. Be personally responsible for your retirement. These days, there are so many options available. People just don't know about it. SNIT is not the only institution in Ghana responsible for pensions. Companies like PenTrust, there are other companies that are all in the business of managing pension funds. So please read wide, read more, and then explore your options. So for example, we've realized that a lot of women retire poor. This is because they are the ones who often tend to take career breaks to raise their family, or they give up their jobs to follow their husbands to their stations of work, etc. And so comparatively, women retire poorer than men. This is why at PenTrust we've set up a unique pension plan, a personal pension plan purely for women, and we've branded it She Retires. So essentially, we ask that if you're a woman, whether you are a young student, a working woman, a stay-at-home woman, any woman, so far as you are female, you can sign up for the She Retires plan. All you need to do is to contribute a certain amount monthly. We have set the minimum at 100 cedis each month for a period of 5 years. And after the 5 years, it would surprise you how your money has grown. So we encourage everybody to sign up to She Retires. Even if you're a man, you can do it. Open one for your mother, your sister, your female cousin, your aunt. And so we encourage all of us to do this. Okay, so like I said, whether you are formally employed or you are doing your own business, you can still sign up for She Retires. And then also, if you are taking career breaks for the benefit of the family, discuss with your husband to assist you to contribute to a pension fund. Even if you're a single parent, as difficult as it may be, please try and set something aside for your retirement. It is going to help you. I think I'm going to end my presentation here, and then if there are any questions or not, my colleagues are available. My colleagues and myself are available to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Thank you. Okay, so we will proceed. Our first talk. As you already know, the theme for this year's She Conference is the mind, money, and sex. So our first talk is coming from Mr. Samson Opoku Ajamai. He is the mental health practitioner. Please welcome him. He is not yet here, so don't stop clapping. Please welcome him. Thank you, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to be here. I've tried several years to be part of the SHE conference, but almost every time something comes up. But this year, thanks be to God, I'm here now. And I'm also happy you are here. Actually, when the flyer came out and I posted on my Facebook page, a friend asked me why they placed the sex on my head. I don't know whether you saw the notice. Okay. And it became a whole lot of argument on our page. People started linking things to things. Okay, so we are going to talk about our mind and how we position our mind. And this mind will help us make a better relationship and make good use of our money. I'm hoping my slide will come up. So in this era of time, we place a lot of emphasis on a lot of things. How much we make, who we want to marry, where we want to stay, where we want to live, without forgetting what is here, our mind. Actually, I tell people that the human system is equal to how vehicles are being kept. No matter how nice the interior of your vehicle, no matter how nice the body of your vehicle, no matter how strong your tires or your shocks, if the engine breaks down, it's scrap. True or false? If the engine breaks down, I can't move. No matter the investment you've made, once your engine breaks down, sometimes even your battery, your car will not move. You need to get another one. It shows the importance of an engine. And as such, you should pay attention to the engine of every vehicle. That is why you change your engine oil as quick as possible. But when it comes to the human being, we pay attention to the body, we pay attention to what we wear, we pay attention to what we eat, but we forget to pay attention to our minds. And that is a big problem. So now currently we are finding a whole lot of people coming up with a lot of mental health issues. And I'm happy that we are all dressed nicely. And when we talk about mental health, we are not talking about people who dress nice. Actually, those of us who dress nice are sick than those who are dirty. So it's something that is not really about how you dress, it's about how you think. So we are talking about the mind, money, and relationship. Which one should you pay attention to? Is it your mind? Is it making money? Or is it building a better relationship? Which one should come first? Better relationship. Okay, that is fine. Mind. Okay, you see where the mind is coming from? Okay, it's coming from here. And you should understand why it's coming from there. Actually, that is my alma mater. Okay, so we are coming from the same background. So the mind is strong there. But some also say you need money. Okay, but the point is that if you don't have a good mindset, you can't sustain money. If you don't have a good mindset, you can't sustain a relationship. Actually, everything around interaction within yourself and other people is dependent on your mind. Yes, fine. Okay, so we as much as possible want to pay attention to our mind. And I want us to discuss something briefly about the mind before we move to how it affects our money making and our relationship. Our brain is different from our mind. Okay, so we are not talking about the brain as an organ. When the doctor will cut through your skull, we see your brain mass there. That is not what we talk about. Actually, the brain is mostly worked on by neurosurgeons and neuropsychologists and all those people. For psychiatry and mental health, we normally deal with the mind. And that is the information processing unit of everybody. So how the brain works is seen in how the mind functions. So the way you process information is actually how your mind works. So for each of us, we process information differently, and that shows how our minds work. Let me give you an example. Sometimes our mothers used to send us a lot. I don't know whether now kids want you to send them like that. Once fufu is ready, your mother will sit down, the soup is there. She will dish out all the fufu. She will ask you, "Kofa kwantre me." And you come and she's like, "Why did you not wash it? Go and wash it and bring it." You bring it, didn't bring cover. After dishing it, I have to cover it. And the mother is like, "Namuko sukra moje saying." The way your mother processes information, her mind is different from the way you process information. It's because of her experience, what she's been used to, and the knowledge she has. The way she processes is quite different. And sometimes the way the child processes is also different. So if you look typically in our home, the source of conflict is the way we process information. Sometimes your mother enters your room, and the way you've kept your room is a problem. Why is your room scattered? Why is this like this? And to you, it's nice. You feel very okay with your room, but your mother is always complaining. It's the way your mother processes information about neatness. Okay, so the way she processes information about neatness is quite different from the way you process information about neatness. And that is a source of conflict. So if you really want to understand human relations, then you have to understand how people process information. And the basic principle is that we all process information differently. No matter the kind of training you have, you will all process information differently. And that will mean that we can never think alike. And we can never think the same. That is why you have to start accommodating. If you really want to build a better relationship, you have to understand the mind of your partner. How the person thinks, how the person processes information. And that will bring us to. So you see your mind. 2 plus 2 will give you 4. Somebody will say that 2 plus 2 will give you 22. Once your father enters the house, things start to fall in order. He does not even talk. Once you hear the car pip him, then everybody starts to put things in order, because that is the image your father have created in your mind about himself. Some mothers have created image of caring. Okay, so that is the position you have in your child's mind. So whenever he does something wrong and the father wants to punish them, he waits for the mother to come before he enters the house, because mother will shield him. That is an image. For each of us, we have created a position in the minds of our partners. And what is that position you've created? If that position is not something that is helpful, it's a recipe for disaster. So some of us, we've created a position in the minds of our partners that perceive, so they see us to be fools in their minds. Whatever they do, you come to them. Oh, Jano, or Beba. That is an image he's created in his mind for you because of how you position yourself in his life. So everything we do, much about our life, is how we position ourselves in people's mind. The mental image we create for people. So, in whatever you do, know that it's not about your physical appearance. It's about the mental image you create. So, if you create an image that places value on you, everybody around you starts to value you. If you create an image that makes people feel like they can use you anyhow, they treat you anyhow, that is why there are certain people that will always want to talk to you. They always call you. Don't pick your call, but they always call you. Why do you think they will always want to talk to you? Probably you've created an image of wealth, and they need you. They always want to have access to you. Even though you are not minding them, but they still want to have access to you. But there are some you always want to call them, but you call them, they don't pick. It depends on the image you create and the position you find yourself in the person's mind. If the person does not place value on you psychologically, no matter what you do physically, the person will not show appreciation. That is why you have people who sacrifice everything in relationships till the other party cheats. You do everything physically right. You cook, you wash, you are a good person, you are always in the house. You do everything right. But the mental image the person have created for you in his mind is not allowing the person to stay close to you. So as much as possible, let's form good image in the minds of our partners. It's very important than paying too much attention to physical things that will create a positive image in the minds. There are images we create that are negative. And one of them is you are overspending. Overspending. You always want to spend. That is an image that is so negative. So anytime you get close to the person, you call the person that you want to visit, the thing that clicks the person is, do you have money? Do you have money? Do you have money? Once you don't have money, the person will give you an excuse. Oh, we're meeting. Probably he's sleeping. Because the image you've created around the person is that anytime you come close to him, you are coming for money. Nothing else. Some of us have created an image which is good, but people use it at our disadvantage. You're a hardworking person. So that is it's a very good image, but people tend to abuse you, especially in relationship. So the moment you call that you want to come to visit, probably next week, he will not wash, he will not cook, he will buy foodstuffs and keep in the fridge, waiting for the hardworking girl to come and do all those. So you get to the house, probably Saturday morning, you work till Sunday evening, then Monday morning, you leave for work. So in the mind of the person, you're a hardworking person, and the person creates work for you. If you create an image that shows love, intimacy, anytime you call that you want to come, the person start planning love, intimacy. So, okay, when she comes, we'll go out, we'll go to Ridgewater for dinner. After dinner, we go here. That is the image you've created in the mind of your partner. So if you want to have a successful relationship, think about the image you create about yourself in the mind of your partner. How do you want your partner to see you? Is it a money-spending woman, a hardworking woman, a loving woman, a caring woman, a frustrating boyfriend who doesn't want to pay attention to anything? Create that image consciously into the mind of the person. Whenever you leave or you call, the person will always be thinking about you in that sense. It's quite important. And always know that the position you are finding or you want to place or you want to create in the mind of whoever is your partner have competition. And the competition might not even be from other women. That is quite easy for you to deal with. Some of your competition is the parent of your partner. Okay, so mothers normally bond with their sons. And mothers have created a certain image of a good, a virtuous woman in the mind of the gentleman you are meeting. So he's equating you to his mother. And that is the competition you have. And once you're not able to meet that competition, you see you to be a lazy person. So you seem to be doing more, but the guy seems not to be appreciating. Some of us, we find we are in difficulty because of the kind of love fathers show to their daughters. No matter what you do, the lady still seems not to be doing enough. Because you have a competition. It's an unconscious competition. Okay, because you are entering a woman's life. The father was the man in the woman's life. You are taking the role almost of the father. And the easiest way to compare is to compare what you do to what the father does. And once you are not meeting that competition, you are not fitting. So to you, you are doing so much, but the person is not appreciating. If you take your time to talk to the person, probably, you know that you are not doing enough because of the competition. So always know that you are in competition with somebody for your partner. Either a friend, either a parent, either another person. Money is important. Our money is here, so you talk about money. Friday, I saw their bank. It's a very nice bank. The opening. I was going to campus and I saw it. We will pass by. So money is good. If they say money is not good, then I don't know, but money is good. Too much of it can be bad. Very little of it can be very worse. Money is very good. Actually, I was thinking about something I was writing on a topic, poverty and mental health. And I realized that the rich people also have mental health issues. They may even suffer it more than those of us who are not rich. They don't sleep. They are always under stress. They don't sleep. No rich person sleep more than 8 hours. I don't know if how many people will tell us. No rich person sleep more than 8 hours. They don't sleep, so most of them have stress issues. Most of them sleep in their vehicles. That's why they choose drivers, not because of luxury. Otherwise, they'll drive and throw their vehicles away. But when you are poor, our own is worse. You can't even marry the person you want to marry. You go to the house and the first question they ask you is, what work do you do? Every father will ask. I was lucky to marry a nurse. So what work do you do? I'm a nurse, and the woman is a nurse. The father cannot say that, go and do any better job. So I have it quite easy. But sometimes it becomes a problem. So in our relationship, money sometimes becomes a problem. And it might not be because the lady is asking too much. Or it might not be because the guy is not giving too much. Probably it's the upbringing and the mindset. Okay, so if you come from a home like a home I came from, where 5 guys, 1 lady, born by a prison officer, you live in a chamber and hall. You know prison officer's house. Okay, you can need a chief inspector, otherwise you can have 1 room. Okay. So chamber and hall, and you sleep on the floor. Okay. And the floor, you cannot sleep straight. Your chest to be on the mattress, because your leg will be under the sofa. That is the best position you can sleep. Okay, and you meet a lady who is the only child of the father, and the father's work is quite okay. Initially, you have a lot of problems. You might think the lady is wasteful. You might think she demands too much. You might think and that is your thinking. It's your mind. It's your mindset. You've not taken time to understand her. You are assessing her based on your background. So you have milk in your fridge and you measure your milk. Because in your home, you measure milk. I still measure milk because that was the norm. And if you don't only take 1.5, you're in trouble. Or you prepare Lipton. I never knew that Lipton was 1 for 1. Okay, I got to know when I went to nursing training, like 1 person take 1 Lipton. I never knew that was how it was. Lipton, everybody come and you take 1 and you go. So you meet people and that become a problem. Even the kind of toothpaste you choose. She won't Colgate. But all you know, Pepsodent is the best toothpaste. Because that is the only toothpaste you know. So in your mind, you think she's extravagant. She demands too much. But if you have taken time to study her, you know that she's not living any extraordinary life. She's living the life you know. And you're living the life you know. It's about your thinking. Understand people from your mind if you want to build a better relationship. If you don't dig around people and understand their thinking and why they do the things you do, shower them with all the money, use all the sex positions that you have, it will still break. Because the understanding will not be there. Even the choice of tomato paste, she wants salsa. You can buy Tasty Tom. That alone can break your relationship. That alone. So you have to really pay attention to how you deal with money, and it will start from your mind. Will you choose money, love, relationship, or you choose peace of mind? Which one will you choose? Money, love, relationship, or peace of mind? Peace of mind. You see, you have to be careful what you wish for. And this is the problem of our generation. Sometimes if you want your peace of mind, you go hungry. In another sense, if you want to chase money, you lose your peace of mind. Which one will you go for? How do you blend them? That is why you need to communicate. You need to understand the mindset of people around you. I tell people I meet that the more successful your husband, the less time he has for you. Believe you me, that is the situation now. The more successful your husband becomes, the less time he has for you in the home. So you not get that husband who carry the baby and you be washing. Because he goes to board meeting like 8 hours. Closes, he has a lot of assignments he has to meet before the next morning. he's doing procurement and he's dealing with people in Australia. He has to wake up at dawn and do Skype meetings. So you are sleeping, you wake up and your husband is sitting by the computer. And then you man, but you want money. You want it. So once you are wishing for the money, sometimes you lose some of the peace that you have in your home. You have to understand. If you want him to be sitting by you, he goes to he close at 2 and come and sit in the home. And I have phone, you should understand. So you don't come and say that no be a cry phone, I mean crebida, then you have to lose something. So you really have to think together and understand yourself. You really want to blend having peace of mind and money at the same time. Really understand what your partner does. His scheme of work, how he works, when he works, so that you don't complain too much. I always tell my wife that the best time I work is from 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. That is my working time. For that time, everybody will be sleeping. So those of you who are my friends online, you normally see me around that time, 12 to 4 a.m. 5 a.m. I'll be sleeping. So when you're bathing kids for school, I might be sleeping. Sorry. So if you want me to wake up, then I'll sleep at dawn. And the more I sleep, the more poor we become. So you have to really know how to link them. Money and relationship. You should know that money occupies our mind the same way food and work occupy our mind. So the women wake up with what the kids will eat. They sometimes even sleep with it. Hey, what would they eat? Hey, tomorrow at work, what will you do? The more you think about that, the more responsible you become as a woman. Know that men also think about money the same way you think about the food the kids will eat. We wake up, we sleep and wake up with it. Hey, canteen. That is what you sleep with. Okay, so money occupies our mind. That is why you have to pay attention to it. You have to talk about it. Don't pretend as if it's not there. If you don't talk about it, if you don't make conscious efforts to make the money, you can't sustain a good relationship. You have to really talk about it. And we have very bad relationship with money. Most of us are money controllers. But you have to control the money. I remember at our NTC days, those times, the allowance was regular, not your thought allowance. Okay. So, our first allowance came in. Those times, there was only one metro man going to town. So we wait for the metro man, you meet, you go to commercial bank, you cash your money. And once we had those money, it was only around 30 cedis, 300,000, but it was money. You go through some tech, you bank some, you buy a lot of things. And when you come to campus, there are a lot of things you buy that you don't even need. You buy tomato paste, you don't have cooker. Why did you buy it? Okay, but you are buying. So there are times the money control our mind. And if you're a salary worker and you pay attention to this, you realize that anytime you receive money, the money starts telling you what to do. It starts telling you what to do. If you're not careful and your friend is married at that time, half of your salary is gone. And a wedding, but if you did not have money, you still go for that wedding. So if you had no money, you see that there are clothes in your closet. But the moment you have money, there's no clothes there. You have to buy another one because you have money. The best way is for your mind to control the usage of your money, not for the money to control your mind. Once money controls your mind, you are in trouble. It gives you financial anxiety. So whenever there's no money around you, you begin to panic. A lot of people are depressed because they feel like their salary is too low. But if they cut off a lot of their unnecessary expenses, they say that the salary is very okay. You find a young lady in school who have not completed, and every program she goes with her friends, they use new makeup, new hairstyle, new shoe, and they say that, they want to wear the same things. And you do that for 4 weeks, and the amount you spend on clothing is close to 1,000. And your parents cannot even afford. So if you allow money to control your mind, it will give you financial anxiety. That can break you down. Okay, so one of the few things that break relationships, and the most prominent one now, is financial disagreement. Sikasem. Okay, so once you marry, once you're in a relationship, what can really break your relationship up is financial disagreement. You might have your choices. Your partner might also have his choices. If you don't sit down and come to an agreement how to spend, that could be a problem for you. You have to understand how your partner handles money. You really do. Because if you understand, then you can make plans to take some of the money so that the person does not waste it. My wife sells a lot, and she sells mostly to ladies. And there are a lot of ladies who have bought bags from her, and the bags are there. And I don't know how ladies' bags are made, but if it's there for a long time, you're not using it, it starts to peel off. So anytime she brings back, they come to buy. Anytime she brings, they come to buy, and I ask them, "I'm what they are doing? Oh, also you be going a program, be by wash program name my." The program is not there yet, but they buy and keep, and by the time they go to pick it, it has peeled off. Now I say she will throw away, and there are some who buy and keep it in my house because their husbands say they are spending too much. So they keep it. They come for it when they need it, or when their husbands are not in the house and they go and hide. If you really want to sustain a relationship, have financial agreement, how you spend in your home. One of the things that usually break our home is how you send money to your homes. Ladies are good at that. They will send all their money home and come and take yours. Hello. That is why when you give birth to male firstborns, you are in trouble. You think, hey, come your bar first and come pay. Because this is fee, so you want somebody to bring money home. Okay, ladies are good. It's good to take care of your relation. But you should have financial agreements. You should have the same mind. You should think alike. You should have the same dream. You should know how to save towards that dream. If your boyfriend is a student, don't ask him of iPhone 13, 11, 12, Pro Max. You know that your boyfriend is a student. Where is he going to get money from to buy that for you? So you should always, if you want your relationships to be strengthened, you have to find time to talk about money. Is it his money, my money, or our money? Let me ask the ladies. Is it his money, my money, or our money? Your money. Wait and marry, the narrative will change. This is my money. Your money is our money. You have to really decide. You have to be on the same page. It's about your mind. It's about your thinking. It's about how you evaluate things. If you and your partner have the same mind towards the same objective, it helps. So you can actually plan, okay, I take 1,000. By my 1,000, I keep 500 for myself because women have a lot of things they do. We have a project, we want to put up a house, so I'll contribute like 200 to it. You should sit down and understand yourselves. Okay, when you start making bold decisions, my money is my money, your money is our money. Some of us agree, the men, we agree. But the moment we agree, know that a lot of work will also be your work. If I'm paying the bills, you are doing the work. So if you want to complain, you are not helping me at all. In his mind, he's providing the money. You have to do the other things. You have to be on the same page. Otherwise, your husband will always be busy at work. Because the money is there. When he provides the money, he comes home and he expects everything to be done. So he starts making rules that life becomes difficult for you. I don't like food that is microwaved. In effect, he's telling you to cook every day because it's his money. He's giving the money, so he tells you what to do. He knows that you go to work, you're a nurse, you close around 8. He will tell you that today I'll eat banku and okra soup. I don't want microwave food. So, before you go to work, because it is his money. Okay, so any decision you take have repercussions. You can't also wake up and give all your money to him to spend. That is why you have to come into agreement. You have to really sit together, think together, plan together to have the same mind towards the same expenditure. Let's ask ourselves these 3 questions. Talk about money in your home. Think about it. And ask yourself these questions. What are long-term financial goals? Mindset. What do you want to achieve? We are going to live for the rest of our life. How do you want our future to be? Pentrust was here talking about pension. How do you want our future to be? What's our long-term financial goal? So if you know that you want to finish our project before the next 5 years, then we have to cut down a lot of things. Then I'm not buying this, we are not buying this. Let's save money towards it. Have the same mind. Talk about it. It's quite important. Some of us take it for granted. It's like life as usual. The month end, money come, we put money down. The other month will end, money will come, we put. Once you don't plan towards it, your goals might not be the same. So plan towards it. Okay. And how do you measure your financial success? Very key. Success is individualized. The way I see myself to be successful might be different from the way you see yourself to be successful. We can't all be successful at the same pace. Somebody bought a vehicle, $3 million, not quite long ago. If I have $3 million, I'll never buy a vehicle. Okay, that is how we think. So your successfulness is different from the other person. The two of you should fine-tune your successfulness, how you define success. Some of us, it may be, let's have our 2-bedroom house, our small car. We are okay. Let's invest the rest in our children. That is your success. I know somebody who started 8-bedroom house as a nurse, and he went on retirement, and he could not even sleep in one. If he had probably thought of his long-term financial goals, if he had sat down, discussed his success, he could have known that his salary could not have completed that 8-bedroom house. So the fact that you see people in your area building 8-bedroom house does not automatically mean that you have to build 8-bedroom house. Success is individualized. It depends on your resources and the goal you set for yourself with your partner. That will give you peace of mind. So you go to the village and the cocoa farmer sleeps very well. He has no hypertension, no diabetes, nothing. Stress-free because he feels he's successful. He's standing in his cocoa farm and feel the cocoa are super high. That is his success. And if he makes $25, he's very okay. He's not in competition with anybody to buy a new car every year. Some of us, our success is cola. You took cola, you took a V8. Yeah, success, no. Because your net salary could buy that. How can you raise $85,000 to buy a car if you're a nurse? So you can only aspire. But if you make that your target, it put a lot of psychological stress on you. You never see yourself to be successful. So define your success with your partner. Then as much as possible, use your parents. Okay. Our parents should be a measuring tool for us. What are the things you wish your parents would have done financially that they did not do? That is the first step to start from. Probably your father had only one. What really did your parents do that you think you could have done differently to succeed? You could start from there. And that could help. Okay, let's look at this. I like this quote a lot from Richard. Okay. Say, money cannot buy peace of mind. It cannot heal ruptured relationship or build meaning into a life that has none. Money is good, but it can never buy peace of mind. Actually, if you live with a lot of rich people, you see that they think a lot. Let me give you just a scenario. A rich person living in or a perceived rich person, you see, Ghanaians perceive us to be rich. When they mention the job you do, we ascribe you to richness. Oh, we are more invested. I suffer that a lot. Whenever, oh, yeah, lecturer, oh, small boys only always kappa. Okay, they don't think about the amount of money you make. That is perceived richness. And if you live in a community, all the churches in your community will invite you for harvest. Every funeral, they will call you. Okay, so it does not necessarily mean you have peace of mind. Every outdooring, engagement. Actually, local boy lost his seat because you're not attending outdooring. Perceived richness. And when you go to funerals, you are in trouble. The way they address you, you know, my area, Kumasi, they do address you very well. Oh, you bear your child university. Kese o kepu si waba. No si o njaye ho. Oh, kra. And the way they start addressing you, if you get 50 Ghana, you have to add 50 to be 100. Okay, so it does not necessarily mean you have peace of mind. It's good to have money. But if you don't psychologically psych yourself, the money will give you stress. All the churches envelope they give you for harvest, if you calculate the amount of money you put in them, it's more than your savings in the year. Probably you've not done that analysis. So it does not automatically mean that let me get money and get peace of mind. Sometimes we say that. No. There are challenges also having money. Okay, let's also look at this. And this is also from Sandra. She's an Indian, and it's a nice quote I like. And she said, with my experience in life, I want to tell you that having good relationship, compassion, and peace of mind is much more important than achievement, award, degrees, and money. The relationship we have with people is so much important than peace of mind. If you want to know this, take your time, go to the teaching hospital. When it's time for clinics, special clinics like hypertensive clinics, diabetic clinics, those clinics, that is where you see the essence of relationships. People don't even have people to hold their hands into the consulting room because they made money so much focused and cut off everybody around them. The money is sitting in the bank. You can't even walk to the bank to take your money. You need somebody to drive you to the bank, and that person is not even there to drive you. How do you even access your money? Imagine you are in your room. Whenever I'm on leave, I'm under stress because you don't get people to talk to. You are in your room, and you have all money around you, and there's nobody. What do you do with the money? Okay, so always make human relation an important part of you. It will give you a lot of peace of mind. That is why our grandparents always want their grandchildren to come and live with them. Sometimes they just want them to be running about in the house, people in the house. It makes you feel good. This is what I want all of us to try to aim at. Let's train our minds to do these things. Make more money. It's very good. By making more money, we should build better relationship and unlimited success. This is the best you can do for yourself. Let's make the money. But in making the money, let's not throw away our relationships. Don't be too busy with work and forget everybody around you. Who will you spend the money with? It's people. So out of your busy schedules, find a day or two to spend with people. Make people important in your life. Because without them, the money is meaningless. If you make money and there's nobody around you, it doesn't make any sense. That is why whenever a politician gets power, they bring their family and friends around them. You should bring somebody around you to spend the money with you. So make the money, but have better relationships. So these are my take-homes. Okay, these are the things I brought up from the topics they gave me: mind, money, and sex. You can chase money and ignore relationships, but make sure that you lose your mind. So when you chase money and ignore relationship, you will definitely lose your mind. A lot of people who are lonely are drug addicts. That is why they used to compensate for the loneliness. I have managed a lot of depressed people because they don't have people to talk to. Currently in Europe, because of COVID, there are almost every time you see people with depression and stress. That is the most prevalent psychological problems in Europe now, because they don't have people to talk to. So if you chase money and ignore relationships, definitely one day you lose your mind. If you want to keep your mind intact, chase the money, but keep the relationships so that your mind will be intact. Okay, it's not better. Let me look at this. It's not about what you make. It's about what you keep. A lot of us make a lot of money, but we always lose money and people. Actually, making money makes us lose a lot of people. I asked somebody that, does he even remember the people he completed secondary school with? Like, oh, so I'm doing okay. So if you don't realize, any step you take in your life, the people behind you lose them. You have to make conscious effort to keep people. So make the money. Move on. But always make sure that you keep people. It's not about always what you make. It's about what you can keep. And know that your self-worth is not about your self-worth. It's not always about your money. How you worth is not always about money. There are people who don't have a lot of money, but we go to them for wisdom. Our society is changing to a level where only rich people are wise. Richness is not synonymous to being wise. You can make money, probably have ideas of making money, but you might not be wise. So you being wealthy in life, have self-worth, does not necessarily mean that gain all the properties in the world like what you want to do. Everything that comes, you want some. Think good about yourself. Let your mind be happy about what you have achieved. And be happy within yourself. You might not have it all. You might not gain all the wealth in the world, but you have your peace of mind. And that is something people want from you that they don't get. If you meet people from other countries, they will tell you that what they like about Ghana is how we keep each other. Okay, the way we interact with each other. People even greet you, and when you don't respond, it's a trouble. Okay, that thing, people even jealous. The way we talk to each other. So your self-worth is not synonymous to your net worth, like the amount of money you have. Let's not fight. It's good to have money. But it's bad to have money and lose your mind. Okay, so this is where I bring my talk to an end. Thank you very much. This lady, I hear her voice every day on the radio. And then
Okay, so we have 10 minutes to invite 1 or 2 questions. Please, any question, if you want to ask a question. One or two questions. Okay. Producer. Yeah. Please, if you want to ask a question, then you put up your hand so that we can locate you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Most of the ladies and guys normally picture the kind of women and men they want in their life. Now, so is it good to picture physical appearance in mind before getting into a relationship? Thank you.
Is it good to have a physical image of a woman in mind before getting into a relationship? It depends. It's good. My father told me, okay, I can safely say it because that category of people are not here. My father always said that you are in trouble. When she falls sick, you can't take her to a hospital. Each one of us have an ideal person in our mind. Unless you are not critical of yourself. You have an ideal person. So sometimes you meet those people on the street, and this man is nice. And sometimes you just want to talk to them, and you pass by. If the person you are dating fits into that category, it helps you, it settles you. If you compensate, sometimes you walk and you are still not sure of the person you are in the relationship and you are still looking elsewhere. If you have a mental image, fine. But it's not compulsory to create one when there's none. Some of us create when there's none. That is where you have a problem. But people have, and it depends on what your parents tell you. It's psychological. So your mothers tell you that, so your mother always say that. It forms an image in your mind. Oh, you're good. You go, oh, Bemo dressing, you're gentle there. So those images are created actually from your home. So you are living in your woman and you're looking for those men because that is what your mother said they are good. You experience when you see that he's bad, then you are looking for another one. Okay, so the image is created actually from the home as you grow. And sometimes friends also make you pick them. Most of you choose boyfriends and girlfriends that your friends approve of, not what you think is right. Somebody approaches you and all your friends say that, guy way pa. Then you also say, guy way pa. But in your heart, you like him. And your friends have actually made that choice for you. You ignore that guy because of the comments your friends made. But probably within you, you admired him. Sometimes be bold and go for what you want.
Thank you. Please, is there any question, any further questioning? Okay, Kingsley.
Thank you very much. Please, in your speech, you created a scenario. And the scenario was that supposing I enter into a relationship And I was brought up using a Pepsodent. And the lady was brought up using a close-up. You see, I've created a mindset within me. And I believe that, or I automatically think that what the lady is thinking is wrong. Because in my mindset, Pepsodent is the best thing. Practically, if we find ourselves in such situation, how do we come out?
Okay, it's good that it came up. If you are growing up, one of the things I will tell you is to learn new things. Okay. People should not get stuck to the old things they know. That is a very bad way of living. Always try to learn new things and try to accommodate people's ideas. Don't always think that what you know is the best. Give people a chance to also tell you what they know. Okay, so that is where compromise comes in. I know that Pepsodent is good. She says that close-up is the best. Why do you like close-up, not Pepsodent? Oh, Pepsodent, the edge, close-up is about murder. When I use Pepsodent, probably I have a lot of bruises. So once people start making those arguments, you begin to put it into perspective. If it's still difficult for you, there's no harm in buying 2 toothpaste. Okay, if that is the bone of contention, she buys a Pepsodent, you buy your close-up, you put it there when you're going to brush your teeth. Each of you will choose one. But by the time you stay for 3 years, one of you would adapt the other's toothpaste. Then you go with the one that, and normally we adapt the women's one because they do the shopping. So they buy their own that we use. But that shouldn't be of much problem. You should, the more you live with people, try to understand them and adjust and adapt. If it's not harmful to you, then you could adapt.
Okay, thank you. Please, is there any question? There is a lady in front here.
Thank you. Please, I would like to know how I can control money and money shouldn't control me.
$1 million question. What I could say, our money man will come. He will give us more on that. But the best thing you could do psychologically is to live within your means. That is how you control money. Live within your means. Set targets. Live within your means. You are young, and I heard Jack Ma saying that save before you spend, don't spend before you save. Okay, so once you have your income, if your allowance is 400 cedis and you have decided to save 200, put the 200 at the bank and make up your mind that I'm living within this 200. That 200 will be used when there's an emergency. But if there's no emergency, live within your means. And don't think that what your friends do is the standard. Nobody's life is a standard for you. Set your own standard. I told people that I can buy iPhone, but I use Techno. The reason is that I have MacBook laptop, and it's quite expensive. The functions in it, I'm not able to use more than 10%. What I use my MacBook for lecture notes, presentation, but I see a lot of people in these technicians, they use it for a whole lot of things. And I'm like, okay, so when I buy iPhone, I only use it for call, WhatsApp, Facebook, and it's like 5,000. I in a Method Techno 1,001. Okay, so it's about understanding yourself, setting your standard, not making yourself to be influenced by other people because the things you might not need them. If you do statistics, those of you who use iPhones, the only thing you use your phone for is for pictures and uploading. But there are a lot of functions in the phone, you don't even know how to use them. So if you're going to buy that phone because of pictures, then you could buy a cheaper phone that could still take nice pictures and you save. So it's about living within your means. That is the only way you can control your money.
Okay, thank you. I think our 10 minutes is up. And for questions, let me remind you that this show is live on Ocean One TV. Ocean One TV Facebook page is also live over there. And we are also live on Ahomka 99.5 FM. Thank you. We are still on the mind, money and sex. We are still learning. Please, I hope you are enjoying. Are you enjoying? Are you learning something? Okay, thank you very much. Let me also remind you that this program is proudly sponsored by Coconut Grove Beach Resort. Memories worth repeating. So what Coconut does is we have a very serene environment for you. So anytime you think of going on a vacation, please, you need to consider Coconut Grove Beach Resort. Please, you can contact them on 0263 000690, 0263 000690. We will proceed to have our second talk, and we are still learning about the mind, money, and sex. And this time around, we are calling on the money man. Money. Yes. So it's time for the money man to come and educate us how we can have money. How do we work to get money? And even after getting the money, how do we keep the money? So let's put our hands together as we welcome Mr. Eric Asare from Cow Bank.
Thank you, Madam MC. Is it morning or afternoon? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Opokwajman, that was very insightful one. I've made copious notes, and I hope you also did. Oh, I hope you also did. So we are here to empower ourselves, so it's important that you not live here empty. I hope you get me. Wow. I want to also briefly share with us and interact and discuss something that I have captioned, Smart Money Man, Smart Money Lady. I think Mr. Opokwajman touched on a number of things that I will be discussing with us. I think he said one thing, ladies or women like money, they also want time. So I always jokingly say that when you talk about ladies or women, they are always referred to as money square. Because they want time and they want money. Money too, time is also money. I hope you get me. That is on a lighter note. Well, so we are looking at a smart money man, a smart money lady. And I want to briefly take us through some of the things that we need to do as young as we are to be financially independent. It's important that as young as we are, we do things right so that at the end of the day, we'll be able to have the right mindset about money. We'll be able to do things in a way not to put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And I will be taking us through a number of factors. In fact, these factors, they are a full or a whole presentation on their own, but I'll be touching on them. I will just be giving synopsis of each factor. Let me continue. So I'm talking about financial independence. And for the purpose of this discussion, we are saying that financial independence is a process of moving from financial instability to a position of financial stability through sound financial decisions. So we are saying that before you can be financially independent, there is one key word. You need to take sound financial decisions. Hello? We're also saying that it's a status of having enough income to pay one's living expenses for the rest of one's life without having to be employed or dependent on others. So I believe that we need to get to a point whereby, you can, even at 8:30, you decide to, if you are working for someone, you decide to resign. We are saying that retirement period is 60. But the truth is that if you're able to take a very sound financial decisions concerning your life, you may not even get to that 60 before you get to 60. Because at times, after, if you go on retirement, you cannot really enjoy your wealth. I stand to be corrected anyway. So it's important that we take sound financial decisions so that we can even retire early and we enjoy our wealth. We are also saying that financial independence is having enough income to pay for your living expense for the rest of your life without having to work all the days of your life. And the ability to manage your money in such a way that you have sufficient funds to live your chosen lifestyle without assistance from others. I think Mr. Opoku-Agyemang spoke about somebody buying $3 million worth of car. The truth is that that is a chosen lifestyle. And he also has the means to sponsor that. So when we talk about financial independence, we can simply say that that person has obtained that objective. Why? Because he wants to buy $3 million worth of car. He can afford it. I hope you get me. He's not depending on anyone. So it means that until you get to a point whereby you can finance your own chosen lifestyle, you cannot simply say that you are financially independent. But that is where we want to get to. Let me also say something in Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18. The Bible says that for where there is no vision, the people perish. So one of the things that we quickly have to do as people is that we need to have vision for everything that we want to do in this life. Concerning your financial decisions, there should be a deliberate action towards that. Where there is no vision, the people perish. So it means that if you are not deliberate, if you don't have a plan, a structure for your financial decision, the truth is that getting money will be very difficult for you. That's why I decided to touch briefly on vision, and we are talking about a clear definition of one's life destination. So once we are talking about attaining financial independence, you should have a clear vision about how you want it to be. Vision is a compass. It shows the direction of your destiny and a clear picture of a preferred future. So how you even want your home to be, how you want those of us who are trusting God to marry, how you even want to marry, the truth is that you should have a clear picture of that. Financially, how you should have your family, how you want to live your life, you should have a clear picture of that. And vision is a direction of one life's motion. So we are looking at the impact of vision on your life as far as financial independence is concerned. We are saying that vision is a fuel for motion. If you don't have vision as far as your financial decisions are concerned, the truth is that you will not move. I hope you agree with me. Oh, I hope you are with me. The reason why some people lazy about, the reason why some people are also hardworking is because of vision. Why? They have a vision, they have a particular course of action towards, achieving financial independence. We are also saying that vision is the fuel for passion. The reason why some people will accept to do certain kinds of job, in quote, is because of the fact that they are passionate about the fact that they want to get to a point whereby they've been able to achieve financial independence. And we are saying that vision is the key to a life of focus. So it means that if you don't have vision, the truth is that you cannot get to or obtain financial independence. Why? Because there is no vision, there is no sense of direction for you. And we are saying that vision is a secret of speed. Vision aids in the measurement of progress. So if you have a particular direction for your financial life, you get to a point whereby you are able to measure. Vision is key to wisdom. And vision is also a secret of discipline. Vision is key to possession. Things you cannot see, you cannot have. And vision is a secret of impact. So we are saying that for you to get to a point where you reach and obtain that financial independence, you need to have vision for that. You need to have a clear sense of direction for attaining that. Okay, so because of time constraint, I'll stress on this and we move on. Vision is a guarantee of the future. The vision of today is the reality of tomorrow. So what it simply says is that if you have a particular course of action towards obtaining financial independence, then that grants you the essence for you to live as far as your financial decisions are concerned. Vision releases inner strength and capacity to overcome the immediate challenges. So we are saying that men and women of vision are fightful. They are people who cannot be stopped. Vision makes you a runner. There is a drive inside you, and it takes your sense of direction to bring that drive inside you. Vision releases joy and hope against the pressing issues of the moment. So if you deliberately have a sense of direction, how you want to get to a place of financial independence, there is joy. Even if things become very difficult and very tough for you, you strive, you persist. Let's move on. And vision brings order and structure to life. Where there is no life, where life is without vision, it is without structure. Any man, any woman who lacks vision is disordered and disorganized. If you, excuse me to say, if you look at the madmen, mad women on the street, look at how disorganized and how disorderly they are. Why? Because they don't know where they are going. I hope you get me. Oh, I hope you get me. So it means that if you have vision, your life is orderly. Your life is organized. If you have vision and you know where you are going, the truth is that, permit me to say that anyone who has vision will not accept proposals anyhow from guys, because you know where you are going. I hope you are with me. And if you're a guy with vision, knowing where you are going, the truth is that it's not also any lady that you propose to. Do you agree? Oh, do you agree? Because the truth is that you at times interact with certain people who are married, and they wish they are not married to their partners. Why? Because probably when they were making such important decisions, they were not very clear on where they want to go. That's why it's important that we accept proposals. We propose based on where we are going. I hope you get me. Okay, so let's move on quickly. Let's skip. Okay, so one thing that we need to be mindful of, for us to hold our vision as far as financial independence is concerned, is that we need to deal with these things. Number one is self-doubt. Number two is your failures. The truth is that failure is part